Happy New Year for 2022. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be looking at what is in my bag. Let's do this. Hey, and welcome to 2022. I thought I'd do a quick video because I'm heading out tomorrow to Durdle Door on what is probably my favourite landscape photography workshop, and I thought about packing my bag up and what goes in my bag, and I thought I'd do a video to show you what the current gear I have, what I put in my bag for landscape photography versus portrait stroke wedding stuff. So why don't we get into this? First of all, the bag itself. This is a Manfrotto. This is called the Pro Light. I don't think they make this version anymore. And just a caveat, by the way, most of the things you see today will be on my gear list on my website. A link at the bottom of the screen and in the description, just to let you know. They are affiliate links to Amazon, most of them. So I do get a couple of pence if you do purchase. Just thought I'd throw that in there quickly now before someone mentions it in the comments. But this bag has been my go-to for a good couple of years now. Like I say, they don't really make it anymore, and there are newer versions out, but this thing, you can customize it in so many different ways. The stuff inside is just crazy, what you can do for the inside of this thing, and you can actually open the whole thing right up and open it right up for when you're packing your bag, all that kind of stuff. So that's the bag. Now, I'm not going to be doing any of my lighting kit today. I know on a lot of my portrait workshops and most of my weddings, I take a lot of lighting with me, but that'll be in a separate video. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments of this video how interested you are in seeing my lighting kit, because I've got a lot of it and it's probably going to take its own video. So first of all, let's get into this. We'll do what I have on a portrait shoot in my bag. So let's go through. I'll go through the hardware first, and then what I'll do is I'll show you the accessories and stuff afterwards. So let me just open this bad boy up here. Now I've got to be careful when I open this up. Most of the time I open this up and things fall out. So my kit is all there. That is everything you see in terms of hardware. Camera wise, I have the A7 III in there for portraits. That's my go-to for weddings too. That is my main camera, the A7 III. On there is the de facto portrait lens, as far as I'm concerned, for Sony at least. This lens is an absolute beast. This is the 85 G Master, and that's kept on there and only taken off in the event of war. No, I'm only joking. In the event that I need to get maybe wider. In the top there, I have my Sigma 35. That's obviously an awesome portrait lens for certainly environmental portraits. In the side here, you see the big boy. This is the Sony 70-200 G Master. Fantastic lens. Love this beast. When I put it on, I don't like taking it off. I've said it in a lot of my videos, and on a lot of my workshops, you'll see when I put that on, I don't like to take it off. And in the top there, just as a backup more than anything else, that is my Sigma 24-70. I did have the Sony 24-70 G Master. That got broke. I had to claim on insurance for that, and I ended up purchasing the Sigma because it is just as good, in my opinion, and a fantastic lens. So that stays in there. And that's most of the hardware I take for portrait shoots. All the lenses, I swap them out, all that kind of stuff, as and when I need them. Other stuff that's in my bag for portraits, I have the cover for the bag. This is the rain cover, very important bit of kit. If you want to shoot and you need to quickly get everything waterproof, this thing is just all you need. Shove everything in your bag and put this on. Fantastic, done. So that's that. Let me have a look at some of the accessories. I've got a little pouch at the bottom of here, which, like I said, this whole bag is customizable. I've actually got more of this stuff lying around in a drawer somewhere that you can customize and do all kinds of bits and pieces with. I've got a little pouch in the bottom here, which has, I don't know if you see on camera, which has actually a zip. So I have a few bits and pieces in there. Mainly extra lens covers and camera covers, and extra, I find, tripod mounts. I'm losing them all the time. I put them on cameras, forget they're there, take them off somewhere, put them down, and lose them all the time. Let's shove that back in there and close it up. So that's the main compartment. By the way, for the main compartment, you can actually get into the main compartment from the sides as well. If you've got this on your back and you just want to swing it around, you can open up the side compartment there and actually take out your lens and camera from the side. Really, really nifty bit of kit. Really, really nifty. Let's close that back up before I forget I've got it open. Let's do that. I'm always picking my bag up with it open and things dropping out. It's actually how I broke my other lens. Okay, side pocket here, I've got new batteries. Now, this is the new battery pocket. Nothing else goes in there apart from new batteries. So I know if I'm ever running out, I've actually got a couple of treble A's in there too. They're new. I leave them in there so I know that they're new. If I ever swap things around, and I don't know what's in what pocket, I'm going to end up picking stuff up that potentially has got a depleted battery. Not good. So that compartment there is always, and if you ask anyone who comes to weddings with me, second photographers or assistants, and I ask for a battery, they know which one it's always in. I tend to put depleted batteries in the front. I don't have a lot in here at the moment. I've got some business cards in there. Always take business cards with you. You don't know who's going to be meeting up with you. And then the other side at the front, I've actually got a load of wipes. And I actually have a little pack here. Well, a few little necessities. I've got some paracetamol, some ibuprofen in there, and some cotton earbuds, just in case you ever need them for anything. Just something to have in your bag, just in case. And they're in there whether I'm doing landscapes or when I'm doing portraits. They never change. The front pockets never change. In this side pocket here, obviously we've got the other open side pocket there for easy access into the main compartment, but we also have in here, funny enough, what is that? Aftershave. Got some aftershave there, because when I'm on a portrait shoot or a wedding, I want to smell nice. Sounds funny, but you don't be running around as or you don't want to be known as a sweaty photographer. And this is another way to stay waterproof. This has saved my bacon more times than that. This is a camera waterproof bag. This cost me a few pounds on Amazon years and years and years ago. I've actually got some new ones in packets somewhere that I've never opened, because this thing is just all I've ever needed. And in here, you put your camera all the way out to the end. And it's kind of an L shape as well. It's an L shape for a reason, so you can put it on a tripod if need be, or you can hold it with your hand up in there. Sounds weird. So you put your camera in there, have your lens mounted out the side, the end there, and then just close it up with the loop there around the end of the lens, which makes your entire system waterproof. I've actually got a hole in the bag there. That's for the eyepiece. So I take the eyepiece off the camera, put this over the eyepiece, and then slide the eyepiece back over. It's waterproof, and I can still see through, get my pictures. I actually use this a lot for street photography, especially for, I've done a lot of stuff, freelance work with the local newspaper, and I had to cover a festival. That was amazing. That thing just saved my bacon. I managed to get some really awesome pictures with my 70-200 on my camera, with that on, and my waterproof over the backpack, and I had a waterproof system. I was totally wet, but the gear was fine. So that's good. And I've actually got another compartment at the top here too. So if I open that up, there's nothing in there at the moment, and that's for a very good reason. A, it keeps my bag a little bit light, and everything is down more. The centre of gravity is more towards the bottom, which is good for my back, because I don't want to centre of gravity at the top. Too much in the top there is going to make it really weighty at the top. Plus, when I do a lot of these shoots, I like to save a bit of room for things like extra clothes, or if I'm going to do a morning shoot and I've got lots of clothes on, space to take clothes off and have somewhere for it. And or food, if I'm on a long day, that'll stay for food. I've got little pockets in there which don't really have anything at the moment, but I do have another pocket in the top here, which is always unzipped, by the way. And a few things in there that are worth mentioning. I've got a microfiber cloth, always handy to have on any shoot that you go on. And in here I've got my spare SD cards in a little pouch. That goes in there too. That all stays in the top there. I know where that is at all times, and if I've got a second photographer or a assistant photographer on a wedding shoot, they know where they are too, just in case I need them. So they'll stay in there. There's nothing much else in there apart from spare SD card cases, just in case I need to take an SD card out and I don't want it hanging around, and I need a bit of, I need to do a speedy sort of change around. I don't want to find a pocket in my little book there. I can shove them in one of them, and I'm good to go. And that is pretty much it for my portrait camera setup in my bag for 2022. Let's have a look at landscapes. That is immensely different. Let's have a look. Okay, so here we are back with my landscape kit setup. This is slightly different, and there's a few lenses that I haven't mentioned in this. I'll mention at the end anyway, because they'd probably go on my weddings. In fact, most of the kit I've got in both of these bags all kind of fit in this one bag for weddings. I just don't have any room for food and stuff. But anyway, let's get on to the landscape stuff. Now, this is packed quite nice and tidy in there. Look at that. And obviously, I've got the rain cover there. I've got my A7R4 in there now, and this has on my current preferred landscape lens, which is my Sigma 24-70. Get a lot of use out of that. It's very sharp. It's really, really good for landscape photography, and coupled that with the A7R4, the file sizes are huge, but they're really, really good. Really, really good. I do a lot of stock photography, so in terms of the sizes of the files being big, actually helps for stock photography, which is really good. So that's I'll leave that out there for a second. And one more lens I'll take with me. This is the Samyang 14mm manual focus 2.8, which is actually really, really good for astro, night photography, that kind of stuff. I like this lens. It's got me out a lot of stick for night photography. It's just a really hard lens to use, but it's a good quality lens. For the price as well, it's you know, a fraction of the cost of the Sony 14mm, and the new Sony 14mm I think it's a 1.8 for Sony. It's a very nice lens, but very, very expensive. This is inexpensive. So I'll leave them out for a second. The rest of it is all accessories, because I like to go light with my landscape photography in terms of the hardware. I don't want to make it too complicated. Most of the stuff that I get with my 24-70, if it's not wide enough, I'll do panorama photography. And if you've been on any of my workshops, you know I love a panorama. So the rest of this is all accessories. Everything that's around the side, apart from what's on the top, and I'll show you that in a second, it's all the same as what I showed you before. So I'll take the same stuff, you know, the waterproof stuff, all that kind of gear. But let's have a look at the accessories. I'll put my bag down like that because that's going to be easy. I'm going to sit down because it's going to take a bit of time. So in here we have a off-camera shutter release. Now my camera does have an internal intervalometer, which is fantastic. But if I want to do long exposure photography, when I go past the 30 seconds, you need to have an off-camera shutter release, so you can hold the camera, you can hold the shutter open. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it with your finger. That's not good. In there, I have a stand that goes with something else that's in there in a second. I'll show you that in a second. I'll have a torch. You're going to need a torch, especially if you're doing night photography, or if you're going somewhere really early or staying late. Make sure you're safe. You've got a torch. I've got an L bracket that goes on the camera, that stays on the camera. This one is a cheap version. It's not designed for the A7R4, so it does get intrusive in terms of opening the sides up. So it's a bit hit and miss when you want to start adding things like plugging stuff in. So you have to undo it and then mess around with it. But it's a very cheap alternative. Got this off Amazon for a couple of pounds. Good bit of kit. Then I have another bracket. This is for which will fit the same fittings as the other one on most tripods. But this also converts into a phone, if I can work it out. There's a little flippy button somewhere. Into a little phone clip as well, but you can stand on the tripod. So I can have my phone doing stuff. I vlog a little bit on my phone and do some B-roll on my phone, so that's often quite a good idea. So that's in my bag too. I'll keep that in my bag. Let's close that down. I don't know how to use this bloody thing. That's from another tripod. I'm not showing my tripod today because it's actually in the car. But that is from another tripod I reviewed recently. There'll be a link somewhere up here. Right, so that's in there. I also have now a bunch of filters. Now these are the K&F Concept magnetic set of filters. This has got a 10-stop filter on it, a circular polarizer, and just your normal UV protector, which I reviewed recently. Again, that's staying in my bags. That's a good bit of kit, and that fits directly onto my 24-70 because the filter size is perfect for that, which is awesome. I also have another filter kit. This is the Nissi let me get it right. The Nissi long exposure kit. This has a 3-stop, 6-stop, a 10-stop, and a 15-stop. But this has got a 77mm filter ring, which means I need a step up for the 24/7 because that's bigger. But there's a good big kit too. I reviewed that recently too. And now I have my old faithful and trusty filter kit that I've picked up and had a long time for myself. There's a few step up rings there and step down rings and whatnot, and a few filters in there. My old faithful in there is my Hader. It's supposed to be 10-stop. It's actually a 13-stop filter, which is actually really, really good. So that's always in my bag too. And the little frame standy thing I showed you earlier on actually goes on this stick, which is my Insta360 wands thingy, and there's my Insta360 for video and for B-roll. This is a fantastic bit of kit. Love this. We'll be taking this with me tomorrow to get some B-roll tomorrow. And that's most of the stuff inside my bag. Let me pack this away and I'll show you the top. There's a reason why I did this part second, because that means my bag's packed for tomorrow. Anyway, let's have a look at the top. Let's open this up. I've got my SD cards like I did before, but in here I have a set of gloves, very important for tomorrow, or if you're going somewhere cold. I also have another stand for my phone. This is a little Joby, like little Joby tripod thingy that I can also use to vlog with and hold with my phone in. It's quite nice. And then I have a little package that's in some bubble wrap. Glass ball. Now you can see the light that I'm shining on me in there too. But yeah, glass ball. I do a little bit of glass ball photography. It's quite nice sometimes. I don't know whether I'll be taking this tomorrow, but I'll leave it in my bag for now anyway, because I haven't actually taken my glass ball to Dirtle Door or Lulworth. It might be quite nice to showcase this and show people what you can do with it. It might be a good little thing. I've not really done that before. My workshop's at Dirtle Door, so that'd be quite good. So that might actually stay in my bag, which is quite good. So that's all the stuff in my bag. Let's pack this away. Put it down there. And that's my stuff for 2022 in my bag for landscapes, portraits, and actually weddings is actually incorporates most stuff. I didn't talk about my, I've got a Sony 90mm macro lens, which is actually another awesome portrait lens. I don't really use it for portrait because I've got the 85, which is really close, and the bokeh on that is awesome. But the 90mm macro is good for like the ring shots and other close-ups of table decorations, that kind of stuff. And apart from that, that is pretty much all of my hardware, all of my accessories for most of the shoots I do. There are other things I take. I've got some other straps and other clips and stuff like that I take now and again. But as for the majority of definitely my landscapes, try and stay as light as possible. I try not to go too heavy, because I've got a lot of walking to do, especially the Dirtle Door workshop, which I'm doing tomorrow, which I do 2 or 3 times a year because it's such a good workshop. And every time I go down there, we always get an amazing set of images. I'm fingers crossed for the weather tomorrow. We want to try and get the sunrise through the door. I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. Who knows? But we'll see. The weather is kind of favourable. I'm kind of maybe 70% on the it's going to happen side, but we will see. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's different to what I normally do. I haven't done a video like this in a good few years. In fact, since I changed to Sony, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Let me know what you're using. Are you Sony, you Canon, Nikon, whatever, Pentax, whatever you got? Let me know what you're using. What's your go-to landscape lens, or what's your go-to portrait lens? Let's get a discussion in the comments. But thanks for joining me. If you've got anything out of this, please whack a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, hit the notification bell to get updates every time I upload a new video. That would be fantastic. And until the next time, the next video will probably be something to do with Dirtle Door, I imagine. I'll see you there. Take care. Bye.